Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Let me click on my comments so I don't miss anybody. How are you guys? Housewives. I just got done with my tweets. I did not go live on Periscope, though. Periscope is leaving in a couple months, so I didn't see a need to go live on Periscope. So I'm just doing YouTube tonight. So hopefully everybody can see that if I'm not live over there too. Yeah, let me remove that. Yeah, hopefully they will notice. Hey, Miss Goody Two Shoes, how are you? Welcome. Okay, did y'all watch? Did y'all watch The Real Housewives tonight? I am eager to know you guys' thoughts. I will say that this was not what I expected. This was not the episode of Potomac that I was waiting for. This won't be until, and I should have known they were going to hold it for the guys, but I'm waiting for the guys to show. That's what I wanted, but of course that's going to be for later. So we all know that. But I was not impressed. I don't know. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's starting off kind of slow. Second episode last week, we saw the new housewives. Hey, girl. Hey, Vern, how you doing? I so far, so far, I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. But we'll see how it goes. Hey, Ross, how you doing? Y'all, welcome. Hey, Miss Lily. I'm getting my stuff set up so I can see you guys what y'all are talking about. And woo, honey, these housewives. These housewives are something serious. I can't. With Monique in the binder, the housewives of Atlanta are starting off real slow. You only watch Potomac? I watched I watched it all, and I don't know. There's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta yet. So just getting in, doesn't seem she's not making any, she's not kicking up any dust right now. So I completely understand that. However, the Real Housewives of Potomac, part two is always a hot mess. Part one and part three, those are always, the best. But in the middle, it's like, so it was kind of quiet tonight. I was hoping Wendy had more to say, but she didn't. My thing was what Giselle was going to say when she got on the platform after the big blow up last week. And surprisingly, she did not snap back. Vern said the only one I'm disturbed by is Monique. Monique, honey, her and her husband did not come to play. They came with a vengeance, and that is very dangerous and very toxic. And I heard what she said after the fight. She said, I don't plan on coming back, so let me go and kick her blank. And I'm like, so it's not that she's getting fired. Maybe she's not coming back because that's what she said. They kept replaying it. And for some reason, I didn't catch that when the fight, aired or what. Like, it was just so much going on. I didn't catch what she said. And then she was like, well, so if I'm fired anyway, I may as well, turn me loose, let me go. That's what she was telling one of the producers. And I'm like, okay. And you have every right to be disturbed because this is not going down how normally it would go down. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh my God, what else does she have to bring out? What is going to happen? Like, what is all this? First of all, they all have money. Really, they are worse than low class. I really was not expecting the Real Housewives of Potomac to behave in such a manner. I mean, this is where the president goes to golf and, they have all this prestigious, stuff going on, the events that they hold, the charities that they help. I was not expecting the Real Housewives of Potomac to ever get to this level, but you have to be wise about who you choose to be on the show. And we're not dumb. Okay. We know that drama sells. It used to be, sex sells. Nobody even cares about that anymore. You go to strip club and see that on TV. It's about drama. And so, drama sells. And okay, but does it have to be drama all the time? Does there always have to be something? And speaking of that, Vern, I was so happy when Andy made the call to rewind everything to see where the fight even began. And I'm like really surprised at Monique. The whole reason for this episode and the whole reason for this blow up is because she now doesn't like Charisse. But so that means that Charisse can't be friends with anybody else. She can only be, so if I don't talk to Charisse, ain't nobody talking to Charisse. Like, that's dumb. That's some Nene Leak stuff. That's dumb. Hey, Marlon. Roz is saying, I agree. I wasn't expecting Potomac to have this much drama either. Right. I was expecting to see a whole different, persona. I was expecting to see elegance, and I was expecting to see, royal and regalness. And you know what I'm saying? I'm really shocked. Look, when Charisse decided to leave the show, I was shocked at her antics. I understand divorce. I have gone through divorce myself, but it's like she got buck wild. She got real skinny and buck wild all of a sudden. And I'm like, aren't you a little too old for this? Like, that don't make sense for you to be behaving like this. I didn't go through that when I went through my divorce, but I guess everybody's different. But I'm just saying. Vern said, I think Ashley and Giselle are very naive. I definitely think Ashley is naive because it's no way I would let either of those men touch me again. Thank you, Marlon. Yay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thank you. I'm surprised at how much my channel has grown. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what the future holds. Going back to what Vern said, I think Ashley and Giselle are very naive. I don't think Giselle is naive. I think Giselle is just like, I'm being quiet on my relationship status. Maybe she's waiting on him. She's waiting on the man to take the lead. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what it is. Now, fast forward to today. I understand that I'm hearing Jamal is dating somebody else completely, another minister from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, oh, okay. So what happened to the reconciliation with Giselle? I thought y'all were getting back together. Anyway, whatever. I just thought, you know, that maybe it was true that, Jamal and Giselle were going to get back together and they were going to, raise their children together. No more absent parents, stuff. They're going to, live in the same place. When they get married, live in the same place. Um, I still don't want to say, though, that it is a fake relationship and they just did it for the show, because I wasn't getting that vibe from the season. But I think that Giselle is just waiting for Jamal, to step up and speak. Now, when Jamal came on his live stream the other night, I was very disheartened. Let me just say this, because a lot of people thought I was Team Jamal. Not in any way. I thought that he should have had Giselle by his side, because that's where this whole thing, came from, was from the show. So Jamal should have been a man that said, we're going to do this together. Let everybody know we're together. We are, reconciling. You know what I'm saying? We are a united front, because every time I see Monique on the internet, her husband is sitting right there with a glass of wine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very disheartened that next week all the men won't be there. I mean, what's wrong with these men? Monique is upset because Giselle and Cherise said that Monique was pregnant by the trainer and the baby she lost was his. She's mad. I mean, okay, I can understand that. Um, Cherise took some information from Gigi, and then Cherise shared it with Giselle, and it was going to get out anyway because you're on a very public platform, okay? And then we didn't even know which child she was talking about. I'm like, are you talking about the new baby or are you talking about the baby you lost? Like, what are you talking about? Like, and Andy kept saying it wasn't relevant on the show. The argument wasn't warranted because we didn't cover this footage on the show. You know, Monique was like, well, Gigi's been on the show. I brought her to the show. You brought her to the show as a friend. She was never a paid cast member. And so whatever she said, while the cameras were off, you know what I'm saying? Because really, that totally skipped. I totally skipped that part until they blew it up on social media. I heard Jamal is dating someone else too. Right. Maybe the relationship between Jamal and Giselle was just for her storyline. I mean, it could have been, but I just didn't feel like it was. I felt like she really was like, we're because you don't involve your family. You don't involve your kids and your dad and say, what do you think about us getting back together? Knowing full well it's fake. Like that would really make Giselle low to bring your dad and your children. Didn't even have to be that way. You could have been honest with your dad and your kids and said this was for TV because, the dad was not impressed. He didn't want the relationship to, be anything. The kids didn't want them back together. So it was kind of stupid. How do you guys feel about it? And they're like, no, we don't want you guys together. And then she's like, well, I have the final say. But really, Jamal has the final say because Jamal lives in Atlanta. He's not leaving New Birth unless they fire him. And she just got a new house. So is she going to put her house up for sale and move to Atlanta? Which means she won't be coming back to, the Real Housewives of Potomac because she will no longer live in Potomac. So there's a lot of, underlying things going on with Giselle. It just, sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. It's like, what are you really doing? And I know they haven't gotten that far into the relationship, but it just would seem like some of this stuff would have been talked about before the last episode. And I also think Jamal should have showed up. He should have appeared, or at least via phone, you know, to have Giselle's back at some point. You know what I'm saying? But he's not showing up for important stuff. So it's kind of like, are you really interested in getting back with Giselle? Or are you just interested in the camera time? Because for Jamal, that would make him look good. Because as a pastor, and y'all know, if you've ever been to church, if you've ever been a member of a church, nobody likes a single pastor. We like pastors that are attached because we don't want scandal in the church. So I'm thinking maybe he was using that to his advantage and then she just got caught up. You know what I mean? She was like the easy target. Let me just get back with Giselle so the church will get off my back type of thing. And now he's inviting all of his church members to watch the rest of the reunion so they can see what's going on. I just think that was stupid. I'm from New York and Jamal used to date the singer Tweet. Yes, he did. And when she became sick, he bounced and left her. So that's what happened. That's what happened? I did not know that. I did not know that was the reason he broke up with Tweet or, they dissolved the relationship. I did not know that. Vern says that Monique is mad at Candace because she was friends with, and that's so stupid. That's some Nene Leakes crap. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you couldn't be friends with somebody that, Nene didn't like. That automatically said that you weren't her friend. You have to be team talls against team smalls and all this kind of stuff. And I just feel like, you know, you're all adults. You could be friends with whoever you want. It wasn't like Candace was going to say, "Oh, Monique, come to tea with me and Charisse." Like, after we know that Monique doesn't like Charisse for real, then, because like Candace said, I wasn't really paying any attention to them. She liked Charisse. I could see the other women, they were talking to Charisse. So the only person that had beef with Charisse was Monique. So Monique should have really been, squaring things up with Charisse or whatever instead of attacking Candace. Because, what she told her pastor, I agree with. Candace didn't deserve that. No matter how much trash Candace talks, because all of them talk trash, with the exception of Robin. I don't think she's a trash talker. I don't think she knows how. I don't, I don't think she knows how. But I'm just saying, am I making sense? Like, I just don't get why I can be friends. How come I can't be friends with you and then be friends with her, even though you guys aren't friends? We can see each other at totally different times. And if I have a function, now that I know you don't like her, the next time I have a function, I might let you know. I'll send you a text and say, of course you're invited to my party, or, my whatever. Charisse might be there. Just to give you a heads up. Charisse already RSVP. Like, you don't do it immediately. And Candace already said, I didn't know y'all didn't like each other like that. That does not warrant you trying to yank Candace weave out of her head. I mean, come on. Marlon says some people are just interested in the camera time. That's the way I feel about Jamal Bryant. I feel like Jamal was only interested in camera time. And I feel like it was a stupid live stream. He says Giselle said, don't do anything. I feel like he shouldn't have done anything. He should have just stayed off the internet. just, just stay off the internet. Don't say nothing. Okay? Leave it alone because you made things worse. You didn't make things better. You made things worse. That's like on her Tuberwood is what I call it. You can't be friends with who I don't like. And that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. He is. Now, that I will say for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, because most televangelists get down like that. They take any opportunity they see available, to do something, whether it's just to be seen, to keep yourself relevant. Maybe you have an event of some sort coming up. You need that camera time for something. And whatever he was talking about, like his camera time on Potomac this last season was, I bought my daughters a restaurant. And now people are like, that's not your restaurant. You didn't buy them a restaurant. Now, my thing was, maybe people were saying that because he maybe has a business partner or something. But again, Giselle and Jamal, you're inviting the kids into this stuff. So if it's really not their restaurant and they think that it is, isn't that going to cause some trouble? Isn't that going to cause some drama? Because these kids are going to grow up and they're going to be like, well, we already own a business. You know, I mean, it's just too much. It is so many lies. It's so much deceit. Whew, I'm telling y'all, this was one of those seasons that I was just, y'all are too much. And I never saw Monique, getting down and dirty. And she still has no remorse for what she did. I feel like she did everything that she could to make herself, everybody would perceive her in a good light. You know what I'm saying? Going to the pastor, holding Robin's baby. You know what I'm saying? Having like the not for lazy moms podcast. And she kept reaching out. But like Andy said, you're reaching out to people that you didn't beat up, basically. He said it nicer than that, but that's what it is. I'm disappointed at Jamal Bryant. So am I. I remember when he had a congregation of over 12,000 and cheated on his wife. Giselle and divorced her, lowering his congregation to 2,000. And you know what? People don't like scandal. It'd be different if you guys, divorced because, you just didn't get along or you just grew apart or whatever excuse, you may have. But as a pastor, unless there's something really evil going on, you don't get a divorce. You work it out. You go to counseling, you go to therapy, you get a life coach, you talk to your pastor about it or your bishop, but you don't get a divorce. Did he think Giselle was going to remain in the relationship after you broke the vows? Absolutely not. I don't know. I personally don't know any woman who would stay after being cheated on multiple times. I don't know anybody who would do that. Vern says, why go to a church where the leader does not see his children, but is out here hoeing around? You cannot tell me the word if you're not living up to it yourself. I totally agree with that. I feel like, you're held at a higher esteem because you are the leader of that flock. These are sheep and you're supposed to be, and it's not, pastors often forget this, but it's not about just preaching in a nice suit on Sunday morning or getting on the internet and, leading an internet Bible study. It's not about that. It is about the way that you live. There are a lot of ministers that have the gift of, delivering a good message. They practice, they can speak, they can preach, they can teach, but it comes down to lifestyle for a lot of people. Some people do just go to church for the show. They go to church for the production, but some people are living the church and they expect the pastor to do the same. Marlon says, every day I pray that God helps me to keep me closely connected to him and faithful husband to my wife. Amen. I don't want to be a typical male stereotype. Exactly. And it's really sad that a lot of these ministers, that's what's happening. It's like, well, you're a pastor and you did this. I mean, you're no better than the rest of us. Nobody cares. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Old school saying, a man is a man and a dog is a dog. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you. I hear you on that. Um, Another thing I wanted to address, talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac, going back to Ashley. Ooh, child. When is she ever going to wake up? When is Ashley ever going to wake up? She disturbs me so much because you don't want her to be, stupid. She is the youngest cast member, but she's not so young. You know what I mean? This is just me. My commentary, this is just me. First of all, I'm not having a second child with you. I don't believe anything that you're saying. That she sat there and watched the video of her husband passing a cameraman, grabbing his butt. Literally, that was not an accident. When your hand goes out like this, that is not an accident. You did that on purpose. You purposely touched that man. And it wasn't funny. If it was funny, then he wouldn't have said anything about it. If it was funny, he wouldn't have said, hey, don't do that. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny to him and it wasn't funny to anybody else. Yet you still sit here and take up for, Michael Darby or whatever his name is. And I'm just like, you should have got the post nump. And, no, you shouldn't have gotten pregnant again with this guy. This guy isn't faithful. This guy doesn't have your best interest at heart. This guy is there because my restaurant might do better because we're on the Real Housewives of Potomac. But at the same time, everything that's inside of you is going to come out. Okay? Now you married this man. This is Ashley. Ashley said it. When they got married, both of them were freaks. His mental capacity is still there. You're trying to grow up. Your husband is old, honey. He's already grown. So he's not trying to change what y'all married into. Y'all got married a certain way. He's not changing unless he wants to. You're still growing. He's already grown. He's old. What are they, like 20 years apart? And you expect him to evolve with you? Somebody should have sat Ashley down and told her, listen, this is what you're in for. He's already set in his ways, okay? He's old as he could be your grandpa. He could be your dad. Don't expect a whole lot of change. Don't expect a whole lot of growth. This guy is, since day one, he has been kicking up dust, wanting to get with somebody else, do what I say, or whatever. He could care less if they get a divorce. That man is gross. He's nasty, and that's the way he's going to stay. That's just what I see. Tonight, she said that she may ask for a postnup now that she is on baby 2. I mean, she said that on baby 1. Listen, Ashley, your husband was in the tabloids with nothing on but a pair of drawers. Girl, this man said nothing happened. We just kissed. Girl, bye. I know the preachers are human, but can Jamal try to live up to the standard of holiness just for a little bit? Absolutely not. Jamal has already said, me and Jamal are the same age. 49 years old. He's not going to change unless something drastic happens. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He was the pastor of a huge church. Now he's got a huge church. If he loses this one in a couple years, he'll go and get another one, or he'll start his own church. I would not trust him around my children. He is suspect. He is a pedophile and a weirdo. I wouldn't trust him around my babies either. She going on vacation talking to him, and then he said, well, you are going to take the child, aren't you? Sir, why can't you babysit while I go on this road trip? But you're right. I take it back. Vern, you're right. I wouldn't want him around my kids either. Hey, Jaja. I don't know what Ashley is thinking either. I think Ashley, I'm with Candice on this. I think Ashley's just in it for the money. That's what I thought from jump. She married a man with money so she could help her mom. He got mad the first season because she kept giving her mom money. And then so now I don't know I don't know if she has her own business. I don't know what she does for a living, except for she's getting checks from being on the Real Housewives of Potomac. It seems like she hasn't asked him for any more money, but mama has stepped up. Have you seen her lately? Her hair is done. She's wearing makeup. She's got her little nails done. So marrying rich and being on a reality TV show is doing something. It's not babysitting when it's your child. I mean, that's what he said. He didn't see the need for the child to stay home with him. Plus they have a nanny. So it's even if the baby did stay at home, like, and then when he went out with the stripper chick, the whore chick or whatever, when he was on, in the tabloids or whatever, wasn't he supposed to be at home with the baby then? But then I guess the nanny was in charge then as well. So, ooh, Jaja says that I just knew Ashley had secured the bag. Girl, no. She needed some postpartum meds. I know about postpartum depression. I've never been that stupid, even with postpartum depression, because she needed the meds to help her with the baby and brain and get it together. Because, honey, if it wasn't about money, then you going through embarrassment for why? Exactly. That's my whole thing. This is all about money. First of all, these women are not marrying beneath; they're marrying above. And so when you leave that man, like Ashley is still young, she's still in her prime, you know what I'm saying? So in order for her to leave this man, she's going to have to marry up. So maybe she's weighing her options. Wouldn't it be amazing if next season they came back and Ashley had a whole new man that was twice as rich as the one she dumped? Just saying, she's still in her good years. She still got some, you know what I'm saying? Twanna, what do you think? Andy was majorly and oddly biased with the fight. I feel like Andy couldn't say what he wanted to say because Andy has to keep his job. But I also feel like, and this is just me, while I was tweeting, because I always do a tweet show on Twitter, some of the tweets that had came in, somebody asked, does Andy not like Kenya from Atlanta, Atlanta Housewives? And I think he's like that towards Monique. I kind of do. I kind of feel like that Andy has his favorites, and then there are some that he just doesn't like. I feel like Nene was one of his favorites at first, but then she just really got too loud and he just couldn't deal with it. And he has a lot of weight on who stays and who goes, whether they believe that or not. I think that Andy was leaning more towards Candace even before she started to get emotional, you know, from the first moment they started talking about the fight. It was Bravo does not sit well with fighting. We don't condone physical fighting. And so I totally understand that, but Andy's not going to lose his job. Andy is not going to lose his job, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I can't even imagine that old creeper on top. Oh, girl, girl, girl. That is so nasty. But I told y'all, they are self-professed freaks on that show. But ooh, girl. First of all, this is just my opinion, okay? First of all, Michael Darby is not a handsome man. He is not a handsome man. He is not a handsome man. His wallet might be handsome, but he is not a handsome man. When they came on the show, number two, his restaurant was failing. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't they close one of the restaurants down? So he was going through a little financial hiccup. I don't know what else he does for a living, but you came on the show with a rich guy that had a failing restaurant, and then you said that you guys were freaks because y'all were bringing other people into your relationship, and you thought that he was going to get out of this mentality because you got a baby. It doesn't work like that, Ashley. And this won't be the last time, in my opinion, that he messes up and does something crazy. There should have been a prenup, but now she's got to get a postnup. And now tonight we find out that she don't even got the postnup. What are you waiting on? Ugh, girl, the dumbness. I don't think Andy liked Kenya. Does not like. It's present. It's the present. Does not like Kenya. But I mean, it's not like he hates her guts. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's just like her antics or whatever. It's just kind of like, okay, Kenya, every year we have to go through something. You know what I'm saying? But, he hasn't really gone after Kenya, too much, even when he had her on Watch What Happens Live. I was amazed that he had her on the show. It was like, oh, okay. So he might be warming up to Kenya, especially now that she's going through so much with, the divorce and, all of this stuff. The one thing that I don't like, and I'm glad you said that because I need to bring this up. I feel like they need not put their stuff on social media until we see it on TV. And it used to be like that. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember Housewives of Orange County and New York and even Atlanta? They, in their contract, they couldn't say if y'all had this episode, like this event on the show, then don't talk about it until it actually airs. I feel like they should have stuck to that, especially with Potomac, because there was a lot going on. He is coddling Giselle and Candace very much so. I think he feels sorry for them. Hey, Alicia. They condone these white ladies fighting each other. I'm telling you, because them, girl, I used to live for Orange County fights. Get my popcorn, because I just knew somebody was going to pop off every episode. Real Housewives of Jersey, somebody's going to pop off. I watch them all. I do. I watch them all. And you said I was just thinking about Jersey. Honey, oh, I watch them all because they're all crazy. Have y'all seen the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City yet? Ciao. I'm telling y'all, going through it. I hope Ashley is saving her money. Here's the thing. Okay, like some of the housewives, well, I'm not going to say some of them, almost every last one of them has a side business. Excuse me, they take the money from Potomac and then they start a business. Let's go down the list. Okay, you got the OC. A lot of those businesses are wine, fashion, insurance. Okay, you've got Atlanta. Candy was already rich when she came on the show. Kenya already had her some money, but she also started Kenya Moore Hair Care. Okay. Um, let's see, Karen, she's got the wigs. Okay, Nene started a new wine and she also opened up a store. Candy had a store, but she opened up more locations. Tagged, because I had bought some shoes or whatever from Tagged when she first opened the store. Long, I lived in Texas then, and it wasn't like, ooh, these are so much better than anybody else's, but I was just a fan or whatever. And so I was like, oh, I have to buy something. And so I didn't really, but I wanted to get like a bag out of Nini's store, but her prices were so outrageous. I was just like, no, because she had the see-through bag that was on Instagram. And I was like, that is so cute, but I'm not paying hundreds of dollars for some plastic. I'm not doing that. So I was out on that. I'm not doing that. You remember that? Oh, oh, Lordy. They may not stop the social media because it amps up excitement for the ratings. I know, but I'm saying, like, just don't say anything about it. Like, keep the audience in suspense. You know what I'm saying? Let it build up, so you want to know if, Cynthia and Mike really got married. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could do like little, things here and there. And then when it airs, boom, you finally know that they got married. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know how to play the game. Now, Vicky Gimble knew how to play the game. Okay, Vicky knew. She wasn't letting nobody know nothing on social media until we actually saw it, and that was anticipation. Like, it's just like, oh my god, and I loved every minute of it. I'm like, she is so quiet, she won't say anything. And then they got to the point where when they would get into fights and stuff, especially New Jersey, when they would get into fights in New York, the fights would actually be on social media, but you still didn't know, the meat of everything until you watched the reunion. And then Andy was forced to actually say something about the beef on social media at the reunion. And it was like, oh my God, like, it's nothing like seeing a bunch of white women on television and seeing their Botox just go off the wire. Like, where did that wrinkle come from? She is real mad because, your face is dead. Like, you're not supposed to be able to see. Like, they would be like, ooh, honey. And then you got they have the spinoff shows, which I love some of the spinoff shows. And that's what I was saying about Real Housewives of Potomac. I would like to see Monique leave the show and get a spinoff, because she even recognizes that she doesn't mesh well. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't mesh well. She had the QVC club. Sure did. That's right. She had QVC. And there was another, I don't know if it was the Orange County or New York, a girl. I have one of her cuffs. She used to make the bracelets. I think her husband went to jail for like tax evasion or something. I cannot think of her name, but she made cuffs and I bought two of them. They were like 24 bucks. They weren't even expensive. They were on QVC. But as soon as it launched, I had to get some. I'm like that with everybody. Like, you guys know, Chrisley Knows Best. Who watches Chrisley Knows Best? Yes, the Botox. Girl, have you ever seen a white look? They get them fillers in the lips, and then their lips get all warped and stuff. And then the Botox starts wearing off, and they get this filler, and it makes their face look not natural. Like it just looks all crazy. And then when they put the makeup on, it's like, what is happening? Like from that moment forward, the Botox and the filler and stuff, you can't go without makeup. I mean, it's not of God at all. It is really, it's a rude awakening that you are so insecure about aging that you will look beat up and swollen. And I mean, like some of these women look like they got stung by a pack of bees, and it's just like, and then they're like, oh, I had a little something done. A little something? You look like a completely different human. A little something. Stop it. Who? Which one is strange? Todd Chrisley. Yes. Jaja, you like, let me show you. This is how bad I am. Let me show y'all. Y'all know Savannah came out with her new makeup line, right? Well, I got it. I got it, y'all. And I love it. Savannah came through for the chocolate girls, y'all. Y'all need to get this. And this was like, maybe it was like 25 or $35, but she came through for the chocolate girls. Let me just let y'all know. Savannah Chrisley, this stuff is pigmented. And let me tell y'all something. I don't even like blush. I don't even like blush, but she did that. I mean, I be like rosying up my cheeks and stuff now. I'm buying the lip kit and the mascara. Just I'm waiting on my YouTube money. And when I get my YouTube money, I'm going back to her website. And Chase has got his candle line now. So he's in business. You see what I'm saying? All the reality shows, they get businesses because they're getting paid to be, celebrities on television. And I don't blame them. Like, I would like to see Monique get a spinoff show too, because she's got a tribe at home. She keeps having these kids. Now she's got a dang bird. Just leave Potomac. Go to one of your other houses. Put your Potomac home up for sale and just talk to Bravo and say, we need a spinoff. She does not mesh well with the other women. I mean, to me, it's almost if you have to be from Potomac to get it there, you know what I'm saying? Because even Robin has said that there's something different about, Potomac women. If you've lived there for some years, then you know how the camaraderie is. And if you're not, then you need to get with somebody that can show you the ropes really quickly. And one of the girls, I can't think of her name, but she used to be like a pageant queen also on the first season or whatever. And then she lost her mind, like she lost her marbles, and now she's not on the show anymore. Was it Katie or something like that? And she came back as a friend last season, and then that didn't last long because she's still not stable in the head or whatever. And I'm just like, she was a whole mess. Like she should have stayed on the show because she was entertaining. That right there was good TV. Candace would flip if Monique got her own show. I would like to see Candace get her own show at one point in time. Like if she ever decides, yes, I want to get pregnant, I would love for them to have their own show because that would be completely TV worthy. I'm not even kidding. Like, love it. Would love it. What is going on with my TV over there? I liked Chrisley's before, but after I saw how they embraced their biracial granddaughter, I was sold. I'm telling you. And that little girl I love Chloe. I love going back to the first season when Chloe was just like a baby. She's so cute. My God, I would give anything for her hair. Those colors in the palette are everything. Y'all need to go to Savannah. I don't know what her website is, but the palette is Sassy by Savannah Chrisley. So you could probably look it up. She also has Sassy by Savannah on Instagram. It's a totally different Instagram, but I love this palette. I mean, yes, Katie. Thank you, Ree. Katie. Katie is still crazy. Did y'all see her on the show? They went to the beach. Did y'all see that wig? That wig. Katie had that wig hiced up. I was like, what is she? She has her own hair. Why would you do that? Like, surely you could have like washed your hair and pulled it back in a ponytail. That girl had that wig. It was like if Donald Trump was a female, like with the awning in the front, like it was just, and it wouldn't move, you know. And I'm like, that's not her hair because it's not moving. It didn't move. It was like Katie went and borrowed one of Karen's wigs from like season one and put it on her head. Katie's Wizard of Oz wigs were horrid, but I read about her and she has gone through a lot. Yeah. I don't that's a spinoff that I would not want to see. I would not want to see Katie with a spinoff because I mean, she's been through some ratchetness and she's a wild child. She's a flower girl. She needs, you know what I'm saying? She would fit right in if she'd have been born in the 70s or like, being a teenager in the 70s, she'd fit right in because she's a little whoo, but she's been through some stuff. But wow. Yeah, I think she may have been on drugs. I don't know. I just think she has like maybe she's chemically imbalanced, you know what I'm saying? Um you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's something else going on there. Like maybe she was abused as a child and, or the medication, that she's on for maybe she's bipolar or something. I don't know these as to be facts. Okay. I'm just guessing by her behavior. My ex sister in law from years ago, she was bipolar and she'd be totally different when she, didn't take her medicine. Like, and she had a little boy and it was just rough. I think her dad and his new wife like got custody of the boy so that he could have a stable home and stuff. And I feel like that's kind of Katie. I don't think she had any kids, thank God, but her mental stability was always questionable. So I think she was going through some stuff. Yes, that wig was looking too crazy if Donald Trump was a listen, I'm telling you, I like Katie. I liked her on the show. I was hoping she would come back. You know what I mean? When she was in her right frame of mind, she was very tasteful. And I mean, one of the best looking females on the show. She was drop dead gorgeous. And I just loved how she came, she's somebody who I expect to see on Real Housewives of Potomac. Karen, I expect to see on Real Housewives of Potomac. Not so much Giselle. I think that, yeah, not so much Giselle. Giselle, I think maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't, hard to put. What do y'all think? Giselle should have been on like, I don't know, Beverly Hills, maybe OC. Definitely not Potomac, and certainly not Atlanta. I couldn't see Giselle fitting in with that crowd at all. Robin, she's definitely Potomac. Candace, she fits right in. I mean, she's a beauty queen. She may be a drama queen, but she's definitely a beauty queen, and she definitely fits right in Potomac. And I feel like that if she didn't have people around her provoking her, like if Monique leaves the show and if Ashley leaves the show, then Candace would be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like once you cross Candace, she just takes on a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you are a trigger. You're a trigger. That's what I feel. You're a trigger, okay? For Candace, if you ever make her mad, you are the trigger. So I don't know what's going to happen with these people, but I certainly can't wait until next Sunday. Now we got a whole week. We got a whole week to wait until we get to the ooh wee. I'm not feeling Giselle on Potomac either. I just don't see her as, Potomac material. I don't know. There needs to be like a whole nother show for Giselle, because she's not housewife material. And I also feel like you need to be a housewife in order to be. That's one of the things I never understood about the housewife franchise. You need to be a wife in order to be a housewife. Do you not? I mean, what what is that? You need to be a wife in order to be on the Housewives. One thing that you need to have is a husband. Okay? You need to have a husband. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have a husband or had a husband, then you're not a housewife. And that's just common sense to me. But whatever, I'm just checking to make sure I'm not missing any of y'all. But you're absolutely correct. I certainly don't feel. And let me tell y'all, while I'm sitting here talking about this stuff, I have gotten some of the wildest comments about my live streams and my videos pertaining to Potomac. I mean, these people have really gone off the deep end. Thank you. I got like 5 subscribers in the last hour. I don't know who you guys are, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Yay. Um, I don't know. You should be a wife in order to say, I just don't understand that. Okay. That's all I'm saying is I don't understand that. All right, let me see what I got going on here. All right. Now, going back to Jamal Bryant, I got a lot of emails, a lot of commentary, a long laundry list of comments or whatever. And I wish I could put them, maybe I can. Let me see if I can try. What if I share my screen and show you guys some of the comments? Maybe I can do that. Roz says, yes, I never understood that either. Some of the cast never had a husband. I don't understand that. I feel like to be a wife. All right, let me see. I'm going to go to my comment section. We have a comment section back here. And I'm going to go to my comment section and I'm just going to read some of the comments. Some of these are like, I haven't responded to these yet, but some of them I have. Renee says, I have no respect for a man who lives his life on the world and claims he is a part of God, the Bible, kingdom. Shameful. Okay. I kind of understand what you're saying. I kind of understand. I feel that. Tasha says this wasn't from the reunion. This was after Candace said there was a plot. Instagram. See, once again, here, I posted this. Chris Samuel apologizes. I didn't say what he apologized for, but he did give an apology to the women on the cast. He said that he shouldn't have said what he said, and he apologized for that. Now, the apology to me sounded like he was talking about his behavior on the reunion. Okay? But I have numerous amounts of people who are like, this was after Candace said there was a plot on Instagram. And I'm like, don't care about what Candace said on Instagram. Andy already said tonight that had nothing to do with the show. It wasn't on the show. So my thing was he should have, if that wasn't the apology for his behavior coming up, because we did see Andy say, Chris, sit down. And we did hear him get really loud. And I feel like that's what Jamal wanted his congregation to see when he said that he urged everybody to watch the reunion at his church. So he had all the people at his church tune in tonight for nothing. But I'm sure they're going to watch next Sunday. Okay. No. Now this Try Loves says that no, he is not going to step down. He has no reason to. He's not going. He's not stepping down, and he doesn't owe Bravo anything. What do you guys think about that? Like, is there a reason actually that Jamal should sit down? Should he step down? Vern says Giselle looked too embarrassed when Monique pulled out the thirst book. You guys, I'm so sorry. Hold on for 1 second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, guys. Okay, here I am. I'm sorry. I'm back. Tasha says, no, you do not think Jamal needs to step down. Tasha said this apology was in August. Okay. But do you think that Jamal should step down? Now, a lot of people have been saying that they feel like Jamal should step down. Uh, oh my God, Ron says I'm here for it. So am I. But they are saying that they feel like he should step down, that he should not be a part of it. This young lady says that no, he has no reason to. He's not stepping down. He doesn't owe Bravo anything. I think that he used Bravo, is what I think. Okay, here we go. Grace over Culture says this is a reach. He was apologizing for what he said on live months ago. It had nothing to do with the reunion, which was just taped 2 weeks ago. I think that he should be apologizing for everything because, his behavior was a little crazy from the clips. Now, of course, we won't be able to see all of it until next week, but just the fact that Andy had to tell somebody to sit down, just saying. Angie says that, or is it Angela? Angelia, pimp pastor is unfit for the pulpit. A desecration to God. And she got 2 thumbs up. Ree said, I got to catch up before Sunday. Hey, Ree. Gemini says that he was a hot mess here in Baltimore. Instead of him winning souls, he was winning hoes. I didn't say that, okay? Gemini said that. Y'all be saying this stuff. Y'all be saying this stuff. It's not me. I just repeat what y'all comment. Y'all be commenting and carrying on. The Observer says that it is so refreshing to hear a critical thinking reviewer on Real Housewives of Potomac on YouTube. I would like for NBC Universal to terminate Giselle, Robin, and Ashley. Michael Darby is a sexual harasser and shouldn't be on any show. Yet, oddly, so many viewers ignore Darby's aberrant behavior. Um, I agree with this. I totally agree with her comment. Um, I don't know about, terminating all of them, but I think Giselle and Ashley and Monique are just too much fire for Potomac. You know what I mean? It's different. Their energy is different. So I kind of, I don't like that. I don't like it. Somebody said good review. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I don't like it at all. I think those are all the comments that I had um for Potomac. And so there's no spam in there. But you guys always leave such good comments. Like I love the comments you guys leave. And I get so tickled. Like, oh my God. I get so tickled at these comments. You guys are so funny. And I'm just checking to make sure I didn't skip any of you guys. I love it. Keep commenting. Keep commenting. Tuber Chat. Hi, Tuber Chat. Word up. Happy to be catching you live. Shared on Reddit. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I haven't seen Tuber Chat in a while. I need to hunt around and say hi to my friends. But I don't know, you guys. I kind of feel like this past season of Potomac just really, say this. The season episode where Karen went back to her hometown, I thought that it was really sweet that she took Giselle. I wasn't surprised that she took Ashley, but I was kind of surprised that she invited Giselle. I think that, maybe she was trying to rekindle the friendship, or, show Giselle, hey, I'm a human being too, or whatever. Um, I could see her inviting Candace. I could see her, or I think they were okay back then, but I couldn't see her inviting Robin. I don't think Karen and Robin care for each other. I don't think they cared from each other, from the jump. But I would have seen, or would have liked to seen. I would have liked to have seen Wendy and Karen do something. I'm hoping that the seasons, coming up, that Karen and Wendy actually come together. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see them because they're own, they both, have a lot to offer. But right now, I kind of am more leaning towards Team Wendy. But I do still like Karen. I just wish she hadn't have lied. It was a flat out lie when she invited Monique and Candace to her wig event. Invited them both early. I think she was trying to get them together to talk to each other or whatever. What would have happened if Candace had have shown up while Monique was there? I think that was so wrong. I think that Karen sat there on camera and said, no, she's not invited. And then you went and invited her. When Monique walked in that door, I was like, oh my God, here comes fight number two. And it just so happened that they missed each other. So I'm not sure if they missed each other because Karen had it timed out like that, or, what was going on. But that was crazy. I was like, you have got to be kidding. Is it just me? Did anybody else see that? I mean, Karen has put some lies out there this year. And I have always been team Karen Huger. I love her, but she's got to cut the shenanigans out. Like that was a bit much. That was a lie too, that she had invited Monique. So she should have said, I invited Monique and she's going to come early. But if she had said that, then none of the other women would have showed up. And here's my thing. Now that Monique knows how the other women feel about her, is she going to quit the show? I doubt that she's going to get fired, because all these other women, have been fighting on the show. And you know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, Portia, which I call, Underground Railroad. That's my nickname for her. Will always be Underground Railroad. She jumped on Kenya and didn't get fired. There's been, other fights on all the franchises, and none of those women got fired. So I'm thinking Monique is not going to get fired, but I would love for her to just excuse herself, because none of the other women, she's not going to have a good storyline. Monique is not going to have a good storyline because she doesn't have any more friends on the show except for Karen. So, I mean, who's she going to talk to? Who's she going to go out with? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be good. Tasha, the producers said that both Candace and Monique had different times, but Monique was late. Karen still lied. Tasha, I hear you loud and clear, but Karen should not have she shouldn't have lied. I think that was just stupid. Roz said, how everyone has a relative, that you just accept things about them because that's who they are. I just accept that Karen is going to lie from time to time. So we should just accept it. Were they really her friends? I think they tried, Tasha. I think that they really tried to be Monique's friend. She was new, just like Wendy, you know what I'm saying? But the thing, Wendy is just totally different. Wendy knows who she is, and Wendy came in letting you know that she's not going to take crap from anybody. She could care less. And she didn't take Ashley, stop being a little chihuahua. She's like a little poodle. And, poor Candace is like the little Te Quiero Taco Bell dog. She's a little chihuahua. She, they're always yip, 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 yip. And it's like you just want to smack them. It's like a little gnat or something that you can't get rid of. I think both of them should shut up. But I've never been Team Ashley, though, because she literally got in people's business, and she was just too, I don't know the word for it. She was just too much from day one. I don't like people like that. Like, keep your comments to yourself. If you can't say something nice, if you can't be supportive, I don't like her. I don't like Ashley just the way that she is. They seem to think that she's calming down since she's had the baby. I thought she was going to calm down when she had the baby. But, I mean, she's still up to team player. I think that she causes a lot of these little stupid fights so that she can keep her storyline hot. There can't be anybody in real life that's that nosy and that stupid, that you are in other people's business all day, but then you have a pedophile husband that happens to be old enough to be your grandpa. I'm just saying. Were they really her friends? Giselle, I don't think Giselle can really be anybody's. Just my opinion. I don't think that Giselle is a good friend to Robin. I think that they're friends, because they look kind of alike or whatever. Robin seems to be a little bit younger than Giselle. I don't know. Robin's such a nice person, she's very, subdued, and she speaks up when she has to or whatever, but I don't know. It's odd. That friendship is odd. I think that Giselle could have something to gain from being stuff that Giselle says behind Robin's back, Robin and Juan. There's that word again, aggressive. There's that word. You cannot call us chocolate sisters aggressive. That's colorism, Tasha. Ashley is a mess. Now, what I would like to see on the show, I would like to see ships grow. I would like to see them kind of like Candy Burris is on Housewives of Atlanta. The way that she's a friend to everybody and, she doesn't have beef with, a lot of people. I would like to see more of that on Potomac. It seems like there's so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Like competition, who has, the most money and stuff like that. Oh, you were talking about Ashley. Ashley, I wouldn't even say she's aggressive. She's just like a little, I don't know, like you just need a flyer swatter to just swat her down, just ugh, ugh. I could actually just wouldn't be friends. I would tolerate her because we would have to be in the group together, but don't put me in that situation where it would just be like me and Ashley, because Ashley is a gossip. That's what she is. And she would be telling me somebody else's business. And I'd be like, Ashley, I don't want to hear this. I'm not a gossip. I don't want to hear anybody else's stuff. Don't ask me how I feel about this, that, and the third. Because, yes, annoying. Thank you. The girl is annoying. Oh, I wish she would just focus on her own stuff because she has a lot of stuff. Shoot, she could have her husband that she has, but I feel like, and this is just me, you guys tell me what you think. All opinions matter. Okay. All opinions matter. So, speak up, say nobody's going to say anything if you disagree or whatever, feel free to say what you want. But I feel like Ashley is going to lose her job, or she's going to have to ask her husband to get off the set. You can be on the show, but your husband can't be on the set or something like that, because he's going to end up going to jail. I mean, for real. He's going to end up going to jail. The minute he's going to mess with the wrong person, he's going to go to jail. And speaking of that, I don't think Candace's husband was in the wrong when he went at Ashley's husband. I don't think he was in the wrong at all. Ashley's husband shouldn't have been over there talking to them. They don't really like him anyway, to be honest with you. I think they just tolerate him because he's a part of the show. But it boils down to it, they would prefer him not to be in the same vicinity because he has a reputation for rubbing up against people. Keep your hands to yourself. So now he's yelling, telling Candace's husband, I'm gonna sue you. But I mean, he called me the clown or something. I'm gonna sue you, buddy. Like, that's really stupid. Why would you do that? It's just God, it's so much going on this show. I don't think so either. I don't think he had every right to defend himself. Ashley's husband should have stayed away over there and nursed his drink like he was doing and just stayed away from the other husbands, because at the end of the day, he has a bad track record. Okay. He has a horrible track record, which leads me back to Jamal once again. I know y'all get tired of me talking about that, but I come from a background of ministry. Like, all of us are like ministers. We all have a different, position in ministry in my family. And I just feel like I just feel like he really shouldn't have showed up on the show. I think that if Giselle and her ex-husband Jamal Bryant wanted to get back together again, I think that it should have been left off the show. I don't think that she should have brought any of that on the show, talking about getting back together with the family and all that kind of stuff. It should have been left off the show. We're not even really interested in Giselle having a man, whether she has a man or not. That wasn't the spice that she brought to the show in the first place. I feel like romantically, I don't really see Giselle as a romance, because she's so hard. She's like, a rock. I don't see her as, in a loving, sensual relationship with anybody. And I know a lot of people said that, oh, well, I've never seen them, huggy and kissy and holding hands, whatever. I don't think that's Giselle. I didn't really see her like that with that last guy that left her hanging. Like he ghosted Giselle. That other guy, was it Sherman? Was that his name? Sherman. Sherman ghosted Giselle. I like totally didn't want to be a part of Giselle's entourage or anything. And I don't think it had anything to do with the drama that they brought onto the show. About his past or whatever. I just feel like he was just over it. But when you bring somebody into your life, you have to like really tell them everything. There's a camera that follows me 24 hours a day. So whatever I do is probably going to be on the show. But I think that in this case, her getting back with Jamal should have been more important than being on the show. Or she should have just not had that part on the show. She should have just talked to producers or something and been like, Jamal doesn't want to be, a part of it. But I go back to what I said before. I think that he agreed. I think that he lied a little bit on his live stream when he said that, every ounce of him, said not to be on the show. I feel like that was a little bit of a lie because if you know a pastor, if they say no about something, they don't bend. It's not negotiable. And Jamal was not under contract to show up on the show just because he was getting back with Giselle. And I think that's where people have the problem. People have the problem with this whole thing because you didn't have to be on camera. You're not getting a check from Bravo. So you didn't have to be there in the first place. I feel like they should have left that off camera until Giselle knew for sure that they were a couple, for absolutely sure. And then at that point, she probably would have been moving because I can't see Jamal moving to Potomac. Yes, Sherman did ghost Giselle. It seemed like something more happened than what she said on the show. I think so. I think some stuff was, happening off camera and, they just edited it out. It was just edited out. And that's one of the things that I really don't like about reality TV is the stuff that we don't get to see. There's a lot of stuff that happens on and off camera, but some of the stuff that they edit out for the viewers, I think it's important, to us. It may not be good TV, but it would help explain some of the stuff that we do see. I think that some of these people just they let the producers, get in their ear and, talk to them. And, they want to capture everything to see what they go and edit. Is it going to be good for TV or not? But it's still somebody's real life. Like this is reality. I'm interested for next season to see how Wendy really does with the group of women. And I'm also interested to see who's coming back because this is a loaded gun. This is a loaded gun. Hey, Alabama. Welcome to the village, love. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I just I would if I was a betting man, I would bet money that Monique's not coming back. I would bet money that Monique, this is her last season on the show. I don't think she's coming back. Not that she's gonna get fired or anything. I just feel like she's not gonna come back on the show. That's how I feel. So I don't know. Let me get you guys involved. We got 18 people in the house. Out of 18 people in the house, let me see who you think or who are your picks for next season. Who would you like to see on the show? And would you like to see somebody leave? And if you would like to see somebody else new, feel free to also comment who you think that new person should be. Because as we can see, Atlanta Housewives, they have two new housewives, okay? Which we'll see how that goes. Kenya's not feeling the superstar. Is Drew her name? She's not feeling Drew too much. Listen, if anything is worth talking about on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, it definitely is this. Is it Drew? Her husband, Drew Zadora, is that her name? Her husband is crazy. Y'all. Yeah, you also you're for Giselle leaving. You want Giselle to go. Everybody else stays except for Giselle. I would like to see Giselle go and just raise her kids and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just they'll be happy. I don't think the show is for her. I don't know what she does though. I don't know what her business is. I don't know, like, what was she doing before the show? What was her job? Or, where does she get her money? Because she doesn't go to work. What is it that she does? Does anybody know what Giselle does for a living? I sound like I don't watch the show, but I'm sure she does something. She has a product. She has that makeup. But she said the makeup, they stopped producing the makeup. So her business got hit because of COVID. But what was she doing before the makeup? Like, what was her job? What warrants her to be in Potomac? Does anybody know? Like, I know that Candy Burris is a singer and she used to be in the group Escape. That was her job. She's still a songwriter and she produces, and she's still an artist on her own label on Atlanta. So that's her job. I know what she does. Alabama says she's a phony. She had a makeup line, but it flopped. Makeup, I know that. Um, so yeah, I just wasn't. I don't know what her shade range was. I don't know if the makeup was any good. I just was not interested. But I wanted to know, what warranted her, because she wasn't a movie star. I've never seen her on a sitcom. Oh, is that it? I mean, how much child support is she getting? Which leads me to ask the question, how much money is Jamal Bryant making? Be loaded. I'm just saying, she moved into her new little house and, she redid her little house and it's cute. It's cute, but I'm just saying, did she downsize? Is that why everybody's giving her a hard time because she downsized? Is that it? Because I feel like the women don't like her house. I thought her house was nice. It's cute, right? Alabama said a stay-home mom. Jamal was paying decent child support and alimony, but when all the babies started coming, it was a wrap. Ooh. I heard he had the total is 7. I heard that he definitely has 7 kids. Um, as they say in Potomac, word on the street is. Remember the other night we were trying to count them up, and I said there's a kid missing somewhere because Giselle has 3 of the kids. So if it was only 6, but you got 4 baby mamas, that means another baby mama was missing. So I was like, no, that the count was off. Okay. Hey, hey, if then all of the entertainment is gone. We will just be listening to Karen and Giselle argue. Ashley, Robin, and Wendy don't do much. Well, Wendy's new, so I definitely want to see what Wendy's going to bring next season. Wendy, and she said it tonight, she really, she hasn't found her groove yet because everybody was already arguing when she got on the show. Everybody was beefing. So it's like she's just been kind of sitting back, you know what I'm saying, living her life. We do know that Wendy has a real job, husband and her children, so her relationship is real. Her house and everything is real. Like, Wendy is real. Okay, she does not have to pull anything out of her butt to try to make herself look better than anybody else. We've seen the family, we saw the sip and see, so we know that Wendy has real stuff. Okay, she's proven herself, so I think that she can stay. You know what I'm saying? At least can we have one? Hey, Keisha, can we have just one real housewife, please? Just one. I want to see Karen, Monique, and Ashley return. I would like to see that too. I would like to see. Well, I take that back. I would like to see Karen. I would like to see maybe Ashley, just because she's a loudmouth. She's always in somebody's business. But for sure, I want to see Candace return, and for sure, I want to see Wendy return. Hey, girl. Hey, Keisha's in the house. Reed says Giselle was living like Robin, staying within her means in a townhouse. She was able to get her home after being on Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so that's what it was. But I just wanted to know what she did for a living. So I guess being a stay-at-home mom is something if you get enough money. But I just didn't know Jamal was. I knew that he was a minister, but I didn't know before he got that church. Um, I didn't know he was making that kind of money. Alabama says, as Giselle say word on the street, I think she told Jamal to play along with her storyline. That's what everybody's saying. And she'll stop some of those arrears. I think I just feel like Alabama and everybody, I feel like if they're gonna get together, they should do it off camera because Jamal is horrible on camera. I mean, that live stream he did the other night was horrible. I was like, he did not look like a pastor. He did not make anybody proud. He did not stand up for Giselle. It was not, why? Because you wanted to wear your little t-shirt in hopes that that lady pastor or whatever minute saw it with the black angels coming flying out of Africa. I'm an African angel. Really? No. And you had the little binder mimicking Monique. Everybody said the binder was upside down. I think Monique needs a year off. I do. She needs to go somewhere and be free for a minute. I think Monique needs to just get a spinoff. They should just offer her a spinoff. Kind of like they did Kim Zolciak. She has don't be for party, don't be tardy for the party. Don't be tardy. They should give her something. Song out Monique does called Drag Queens. Is she rapping on that? Has anybody heard the song? Has anybody heard the stuff? Yes, ma'am. He made the set proud, I guess, because he was straight BMO. I mean, it was so stupid. He said, I live in Atlanta, but I'm from Baltimore. I mean, and the way he said it was so condescending. I'm like, nobody asked where you were from before he got off the microphone. I'm like, if it was all that, you should have said that at the reunion. You should have went to the reunion and had your girls back if that's really your girl. I mean, I'm just saying. Alabama said, I heard the song. It's pretty good. I don't want to hear it. I opted not to hear it because I just thought that was a bit much. Like you really went for Candace's, throat after you said you felt remorseful. Before, I believed her before when she said that, any of that. But when she was sitting before the ladies or whatever, and she was just trying to make, set the record straight at Karen's house when she invited all the ladies or whatever. I think that was the real Monique. I don't think she ever, ever was gonna apologize to Candace because she thinks she's right. And she just, I mean, it's not. It was really embarrassing. That's the first thing that popped into my mind when Monique jumps on Candace. My first thing was, for whatever reason, this is so embarrassing. And then when she got on the phone and she was talking to her husband, she was giving, verbatim what happened, call for call. Now she says she blacked out, but while she was sitting in the car talking to her husband, she remembered everything play by play, blow by blow. She knew what she was doing. So I feel like, no, she didn't have any remorse. And, she just wanted to save face. She wanted the ladies to not hold that against her, maybe get all of them on her side, which is what that was. You know, that wasn't going to happen because you were in the wrong. Now, what should have happened was Candace should have been in the midst of that meeting and you should have been apologizing to her. That's just what I'm saying. I heard the song. It's on YouTube. Monique can rap for real. I just, I think it was stupid. I won't be listening to it. Yeah, I think Monique showed a lack of remorse. She showed a lack of self control too. It was just, it was ratchet. You just don't do that. What kind of people live in Potomac? I don't think I want to go. Is this how we're representing now? Also, remember everything tonight, but she saw, wrong. Um, I just don't think she's the one that's not a good fit for the show. I'm glad that we got to see, you know, we met Monique, I guess you could say, on the show, but she's not Potomac. She's not Potomac enough. You know what I'm saying? She's different. She's got her, house full of kids. It's like be a little bit more like, Robin. I can kind of respect Robin in the sense of she doesn't really give a lot of camera time to her children. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like you'd have to ask Robin, how old are your boys now? Because we never see them, Um, she's not a spotlight-ish type person. Even Robin had the good sense though to start some sort of business. I'm not going to be purchasing any of her stuff, but I'm just saying. Um, oh, Chris is. Well, great people come from Alabama. There's some wonderful, wonderful people that come from Alabama. Oh my God. But yeah, talking about who should go and who should stay, I just don't want to see Monique back on the show because I feel like she just, I don't know, she's like the oddball. And especially now, I just, unless something happens, you know, before the next season comes to where everybody makes up with Monique or whatever, embracing her again. Giselle's not for sure. Wendy's not for sure. For sure, they're not. Candace is not for sure. So that's three of the women. Okay, Robin, I think she's pretty much made up her mind. For sure, she's not Team Monique. The only friend that Monique has on that sofa is Karen. And I don't, it's such an odd friendship, you guys, because they told Monique, or I should say Ashley, was it Ashley that, or somebody did that, hey, Karen said that she would have gotten the law involved. If it was her, she would have called the law. She would have called her attorney. She would have gotten legal involved. Now and we are from the South, some of us. We're not waiting for the attorney. If you hit me, I'm calling 911 now. If you grab my weave, I'm calling 911 today, right now. I saw what you did. It's on camera, and I'm fixing to dial 911. No, and I was kind of wondering, hey, B Stokes is in the house, y'all. I'm like, who waits and then gets an attorney though? You know what I'm saying? But I understand. She was just giving it time. She didn't know what to do. But I knew what was going to happen when Candace started talking to her mom about the situation. I knew that her mom was going to be like, why haven't you called your attorney yet? I feel like, if you were going to do anything, you should have just called the police right then and be like, because, you know, it was wrong, it happened so fast. It was in an instant. And she was still trying to get Candace. My thing was she was running all around the restaurant and just making a mockery, just like a spectacle of yourself. And I'm like, who does that? Like, y'all are grown. Like, give me a break, okay? You want to see Karen and Ashley stay, or do you want to see Karen and Ashley go? Reese says, I really think Candace needs to go too. I don't know. I want to see Candace stay. I want to see Candace stay because I want to see how her music career is going to go. I want to see if her and Chris are going to have a baby. I want to see, I want to see their big, because Chris is a really good chef, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see. And then they just got the house. So, I want to see the new house. Yeah, I want to see them win. They're a very young couple. They're the latest. They're still in the newlywed phase. I'm not ready for them to go yet because I want them to, I want to see it. Word on the street is that Candace quit. I did hear something about Candace quitting, but I don't know how true that is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to adjust my camera. I don't know how true that is, but I hope she didn't. I hope she didn't quit. I want to see Robin go. Robin is kind of like the quiet. I hope that Robin actually brings some more to the show, but she can't leave yet because we don't know if her and Juan are really going to get married or not. So she can't leave. I enjoyed the stream, Twanna. Thank you. Good night, Marlon. I will see you another time. Thanks for coming with us. I was saying Karen and Ashley. Well, yeah, Ashley, I did. For some reason, I just forget about Ashley. But Ashley, yeah, Ashley is friends with Monique. So, you know, I don't know. B said I heard that, but I doubt it. I don't think Candace is going anywhere. I don't think so. I don't think she's going anywhere. They just bought a house. They need the money. She's not gonna quit her job. Reese said one thing I've seen on the Real House of Atlanta, ladies have stayed long enough to thrive. And that's all I'm saying. Potomac, they're just like a couple of steps above Salt Lake City. So Real Housewives of Potomac need to, chill out so you can get your money and get a real business going before you go anywhere. Okay? Use those checks to secure another stream of income or two or three. You know what I'm saying? Like, come now. All right. Alabama says Robin has no storyline. She's been hanging on this marriage train too long. I mean, she's got a ring now, though. She's got a ring if it's going to happen. I don't know. I'm still doubtful. That's the only reason I want to see, because I'm doubtful. Do I think they're going to make it down the aisle? But I hope they do. Because Robin has been like in love with Juan, since way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? She's hung in there for him through his, money trials and tribulations and stuff. Girl, let's see what Alabama is talking about. Alabama says after this season, Real Housewives of Potomac is definitely going to make some adjustments. I agree. Juan is making her pay him for that lie. To hope. I'm holding on to hope. I want to see them get married or whatever. But then in talking about that, going back to Atlanta, Cynthia, we know that Cynthia and Mike got married, but I wish we didn't know that because I didn't know all of this leading up to the marriage. I didn't know that they were going to actually have, fights and stuff like that. And now I'm like, well, it's stupid to even watch it because we already know they got married. So it's like y'all should have made us wait for the bomb to drop. You know what I'm saying? I believe Robin is stretching that storyline. I believe Juan doesn't really want to get married. I think Juan likes things how they are. But I think that they have been shacking up long enough. First of all, let me rewind. What I really think, get a divorce, you need to live divorced. I understand that Robin, she probably got suckered in. Juan was, broke or whatever. He didn't have no money or whatever, and it was just easier, on his wallet. And they still got to see the boys every day. So mommy and daddy still live in the same house or whatever. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm not doing that. If we're divorced, we're divorced. No beds. You can't use my shower. We can't use the same bar of soap. You have to go. I'm keeping the house because I'm raising your boys. You're going to pay me child support and you're going to get out. That's, listen, when she came on the show with that storyline, I already knew she had secured her seat in Potomac, because who does that? Who gets a divorce, but yet you stay together in the same house, in the same room, in the same bed? No, I'm not doing that. B said, I feel like with any couple planning a wedding, there will be fights. Kind of, sort of. Me and my husband, me and the husband, we didn't fight at all. we didn't have we didn't have that, wedding, stuff. We went to Atlanta, um, and we got a chapel, and we sat on the couch or whatever, and planned everything, the pictures, the photography, you know it's we just did everything together. You know what I'm saying? So I've never had that experience. My first marriage, I married my high school sweetheart. um no, I had a big wedding gown made, and we got married in my parents' yard. Everything was just so, normal. I've never. I mean, these people just be, taking it too far. They be taking it to the extreme. Like Cynthia with all of this, I don't understand what you're saying. Cynthia understands quite clear what Mike is saying. Her thing is she wants what she wants. I understand we're in a pandemic, but why can't I have a wedding? It's like, you can have a wedding, but 200 people ain't gonna be there. You have to social distance. I think that Mike shouldn't have explained it like he did. I think that if he had have thrown facts at her, like social distancing and pandemic and Miss Rona, and am I buffering? I buffered a little bit. I'm sorry, you guys. Um, I think the venue, tonight should have been a little more vocal in saying that yes, we are, strictly handling social distancing. So you're going to have to cut, you know, how many people you have coming. You're going to have to cut that list in half. I mean, seriously, that was just too much. Juan hasn't gotten over Robin losing all of his money. Well, I mean, listen, it's been some years. Y'all need to get over it. Whatever happened, happened. So either you're going to get married or you're going to get out. Hey, chop it up. Either you're going to get married or you're going to get out. Juan and Robin have an arrangement. The arrangement should be marry me or get out. Ain't nobody shacking up and going to hell. Nobody's penis is that good. Nobody's you who is that good. Get out of here and go somewhere else and do whatever. What's done is done. It can't be undone. Both of them seem like they're doing good. They moved into a new place. Hopefully, him getting the ring that Giselle helped pick out, leads to, a wedding. And it doesn't have to be a big giant wedding, but you know what I'm saying? Like the party that they threw, a pre-engagement party, let's call it. I just feel like enough is enough already. I mean, good God, I'm almost sick of it. Like if they don't get married this upcoming season, I might be done with the show because they're just, ugh, I'm sick of them. I also need Karen's husband, Ray, to figure out if he's still in love with his wife or not. I need him to know whether or not he's in love. I need him to know that next season because he doesn't know it this season, but I need him to know. Next season, I need for Ray to understand if he's in love with Karen or not. Now, both of them are, up in age. I think they're 15 years apart. Karen still has, some years left. She could find her somebody else if she wants to leave Ray. She says she's not, their marriage is strong. They've been together this long. They're not going anywhere. But there is a 15-year difference. And Ray, he's definitely older. And you know, Karen's in her prime. Bravo threw that party. That's why she kept talking about it. It's an open bar. Thank you, Alabama. I appreciate it. I just be talking smack. I just have my opinions, girl. Like, y'all, these people be making my weave itch. Like, I wish they would just grow up for real. Just grow up. You know what I'm saying? And act like adults. You know, for once, can we not just be adults? Can we just throw all the stuff, the mess under the bus and be adult? Gee, yeah, that's a good word. I was wanting to say entanglement earlier, but that's it. Robin and Juan, entanglement. That's the word for the evening, y'all. For the rest of the for the last 15 minutes, this is an entanglement. Robin and Juan, entanglement. I didn't understand why Ray said that he wasn't sure if he still loves Karen or not. Because he's 70 years old. He thinks that love is something completely different. He was born way before we were. He doesn't understand that stuff. Listen, let me tell you, Ray is probably like, I just if I can get out the bed in the morning, you know what I'm saying? If I could just stretch a little bit and just make one foot go in front of the other. He's praising God for every day he wakes up. He's like, dear Lord. And this woman wants to do what in the bed? What? Meanwhile, Karen is out dressing like a pimp with the pink suit on and dropping it like it's hot. And listen, Karen is ready to get it in, okay? Listen, I'm telling you, I'm almost 50. All right. I would hate this is why you see a lot of women my age get a guy that's like 10 years their junior or something like that. This is not when men are in their prime. It's a mixed match. Women develop faster than men, and it's mixed up. It's like, I don't understand. God has a sense of humor. If he did this on purpose to us, he has a sense of humor. Because I'm telling you, do not get somebody that's like around your same age and think they're going to have the same type of stamina that you do. If you are with somebody that's your age or a little bit older, when you get my age, I'm telling you, Karen is trying to do some things that Ray can't do anymore. That's what this is. So Ray is like, maybe if I say I'm not in love, I can catch a break. Which is that Karen needs a storyline. Well, Karen is the Nene of the show. Karen is she's the reason for the season. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't really going nowhere. She would have to really mess up like Nene did on Atlanta. She would have to really mess up in order to get kicked off the show. Like really. You know what I'm saying? Won't be like Vicky from OC. Now she retired. She said, I need to go live my life for real. I'm tired of doing this in front of the camera. So she retired or whatever. So that let, somebody else. But even, like on the Married to Medicines episode, I feel like with Mariah on the original, Mariah she really had to do something, you know what I'm saying, like despicable or something that just broke contract in order for her not to be accepted back on the show. You know what I'm saying? It was touch and go there for a minute. Now, when Married to Medicine comes back, we get to see if she's back. Did she get a contract? If is she gone forever? Like, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I just haven't been feeling, you know, if the next season Married to Medicine doesn't have Mariah on it, then I won't be watching Married to Medicine. And I still haven't gotten attached to Married to Medicine LA. It's just not my cup of tea. So that may be, I'll have to find something else to get attached to, like 90 Day Fiance, which I've been meaning to do a show about 90 Day Fiance because I do have some feelings about that, and also about um the Hispanic guy and his wife or whatever. They have their show, their spinoff from this. Um, their names just like skips my mind right now, whatever. But you guys know who I'm talking about. I just feel like ugh, it's something serious. 90 Day Fiance. If y'all watch it, let me know. If you watch it, let me know, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about 90 Day Fiance. Roz says that I guess you're right, Twanna. He's probably thanking God he can still put one foot in front of the other. He is. Ray is tired. But I want to know, is did Ray really get in that tub? No. And if so, how did he get out? He ain't get in there. He got hell walking up those steps. Girl, yeah, you know Karen picked that house. Ray didn't pick that house, and he got to go up and down them stairs. The master bedroom needs to be on the first floor. Ray is old, okay? And Ashley is going to catch the same thing because her little husband, if he don't go to jail first, he's creeping up the ladder. It does look strange when she first came on Potomac and she's talking about how people think that's her dad or something like that. Well, the man, his hair is white as snow. If he let his beard grow out, everybody think he would be like Santa Claus that got skinny or something. And he's not handsome. Like, it had to be the money. He's not handsome at all. Like, what did you see in him, Ashley, besides his wallet? But they do, they isolate, and that's exactly what they're going to do with Monique. None of them are talking to Monique right now. Like, none of them. Maybe, Karen, but Karen's relationship with Monique was compromised when whoever told who told Monique? Somebody told Monique, well, Karen said that she would have called the law. She would have called her attorneys. She would definitely have that was her advice to Candace. And then Candace's mother said the same thing. So she did have people backing her up to go, because she was like, what would you do? Yeah, this would definitely be something legal. I would definitely go, talk to my attorney. So she had a couple of people in her ear saying, yeah, I wouldn't have let that, happen to me, you know. And so I don't see Karen being a 100% friend to Monique at all. Not just because she said that, but I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, Monique is going to do something to pop off. She just reminds me, she just is like, to me, kind of like the Nene Leakes of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, is she just, ooh, child. Are you serious? Married to Medicine LA was canceled? Ugh. Well, I wasn't into it anyway, girl. Ashley told Monique. Okay, it was Ashley. I knew somebody told Monique, and Ashley is Monique's friend. So, I mean, at best, if Monique does come back for the next season, that's probably the only person that she'll be talking to. She may decide to talk to Karen, but I know she's looking sideways at Karen. But at this point, she needs all the allies she can get. I mean, if you go stay on the show, but she's probably not, because I heard what she said. She did say that, after this season, they won't see me anymore. After this season, I'm gone anyway. So, I mean, in her saying that, it kind of sounded like she was done with the show, and she hinted around at the little meeting at Karen's house. What did she say? She said, well, maybe I don't need to be a part of this anymore. And then she had made mention, Monique said that since she had been on the show, she had changed and, she wasn't the same person. So she can see that being on the show is not good for her. So I feel like she just needs to go on about her business. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyway, my 2 hours is about up, and I have had a ball talking to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here and hanging out with me and all that cool stuff. I am going to go and call it a night, and possibly watch this reunion again if nothing else is on TV. But thank you guys for cutting up with me. I appreciate it. I love when I come live and I get to chat with you all. I will be dropping some videos, okay, this week. I have a lot of stories lined up for you guys, so I hope that you guys are interested. And if there's anything that you guys want me to talk about, make sure that you email me or hit me up, DM me or whatever. Let me know what your topics are that you want to talk about, and I'll be sure to get them in the lineup for this week. So I will talk to y'all later. Thank you again. Mwah. I love y'all. And for you replayers, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to everybody, oh, make sure that you guys stay safe. Our numbers are horrible here in Alabama. Miss Rona has like gotten people in my family, my distant relatives. Like it's, I got my thermometer. I got all kinds of hand sanitizer. I got my mask. I got about 10 masks in my purse. Do that, please. Get yourself safe. And I do have a surprise before I leave. Thank you guys. Before I leave, I do want to let you guys know this. For my members, we are doing a dream board party for 2021. So I'm probably going to post the video the day after Christmas. We're going to do dream boards. So if you guys want to be a part of it, get your membership. It's only $2.99. Get your membership. I am going to make a video about this, and I'm going to remind you guys in every video about the dream board party. I do one every year. So this year I'm going to do it here instead of Periscope, because Periscope is leaving. So, but I want you guys in on this. When I do the dream board party, I periodically check in on that every single, every year to make sure that we're reaching our goals and stuff. So I definitely want you guys to be a part of that. So anyway, I'm gone for real this time. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Stay safe, live on purpose. And until next time, bye for now.